So I'll introduce my colleagues and panelists today. We have Arkady Mise, the Solutions Engineer at TVU Networks. I have with me today Oriel Ickart, the Technical Operations Director at TVU Networks, and Yoni Teya, the Marketing Director. So I'll hand it over to them to get started. And as a final reminder, any questions, please use that Q&A button. Thank you.
Thank you, Doris. And again, welcome everyone. So today, as we stated, it's going to be mainly a live demonstration of TVU Partyline done by the technical team that Doris just introduced. I'm going to really go quick on just like explaining you why TVU Partyline came to life and the application that exists around Partyline and the benefits that you will gain in terms of remote production workflow using Partyline. Okay. So very quickly, why Partyline came is that since the COVID-19 and social distancing, we've seen that the talkback IFB solutions were not always compatible with the new workflows that came out during that period, that tough period. A very recent example, I mean, without naming, but like many events, virtual events, are going to organize their events showing the video on a YouTube live session and having some participant on the other side on a Zoom session. And you will have to deal with a lot of echo. Of course, there is no mix-minus management. You will have like lack of synchronization. I mean, you will have a bunch of issues that are related to the fact that people are using what's available on the market today, which is a mix of public solution and professional solution. So that's where we decided to really go a step further in developing a real platform that allow people to easily interact between talent, between staff, production staff, as well as fans that would like to join the show and be able to easily go live and do a really cool live streaming. In terms of setup and management, it's not always easy as well, okay? There are many limitations today, and you have solutions that are using hardware that are a bit more complex, a bit more technical, where you need to have some professionals. Again, I'm sure all of you have assisted to some live events, live webinars in the past that had issues in terms of audio, issues in terms of echo or loss of audio or communication in the back scene between talents. All these things is what we are going to solve with TVU Partyline. Same also today, voice over IP is great to discuss with remote people, but it's not everything. And we know that body language is key sometimes for communication. So that's why having also a quality video return of the program, as well as having a video exchange with all the participants behind the scene, is key to make the live even better when everybody is working remote. More and more customers now are looking for solutions to have the audio mixer person at home, the graphic person at home, the talent at his other home. So everybody in different locations. And in the end, there are not so many people in the physical studio anymore. So Partyline is helping to reconstruct that virtual studio, but with all the tools that you had in your physical studio. And the last point is the video return that I mentioned before. Today, there are solutions for video return, but it's pretty expensive when you are talking about using it for multiple contributors. So you will see that with Partyline, you can really have a video return for all participants, and it's unlimited, and the access is very simple. Okay. So in one slide, what is Partyline? It's really what we call the real-time interactive layers that is not only sorry, I'm losing my voice. It's not only working with the solution that we're going to present to you now. We're going to present it to you with Producer, our cloud production platform. But in fact, this layer can be applied throughout all our TVU solutions. Okay, so which is why it's really on top, and it's a cloud-based solution that enables production crews, talents, and fans to really interact with each other while watching the live program with the mix minus to avoid any echo and things like this. Okay, and of course, it's a broadcast quality solution that can go up to full HD today. So it's really a step ahead, the solution that most of you have been using in the market in the last 3 months, like public solution like Zoom or Skype, that are not ideal for professional broadcast quality. And before we go on the live demo, it's just to show you an example of workflow and how simple it is in a way. On the left side, you have Partyline, where you can have like unlimited number of participants that can exchange, talk behind the scene, as I explained, in real time. And then all in the cloud, you can have like TVU Producer managing all these live participants and bringing them live, doing like frame accurate switching, putting graphing overlays, managing the audio, and a lot more features that we've already presented about TVU Producer on the previous webinars, okay? So it's really an easy way to bring like fans, to bring talents to your live program from a remote location. And of course, in one click, being able to output it to many different platforms like social media, CDN, and even SDI out if you're using a TVU receiver for the output, okay? So now I'm going to leave it to Arkady. He's going to give you a bit more detail on how Partyline works, like through a live demo. Okay, and then we will like summarize and conclude this presentation. So Arkady, I leave it to you.
Thank you, Yoni. Thank you for the introduction. It will be a quick demo because it's a very, very easy tool to use. It's very simple. I will share my screen. Well, here we will run this demo with the TVU Producer. That is our call system and production system. As we presented before, we have up to 4 live inputs. We can have videos uploaded and have a playlist there. Also, we can create some multiple quad views or dual views. We can have the possibility to have multiple outputs like CDNs, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitch, all of them at the same time. We have the possibility to have inside records that we can recover after the live. We can set up graphics, simple graphics with PNGs or GAI, or we can use tools like Neverknow or Singular Live that are embedded on the usage of Producer. We have the audio mixing. We can have audio follow video, or we can select the channel that we want to play. And also we have now the possibility to have an audio mixer for each channel. So we can control the levels from each channel and do pans and have all the control with the virtual mixer. We have the intercom possibilities. So we have a possibility to have a call between the production director with the people that is in the field with the phones or with the packs, and to have a call with them. And we have the live captation that it's a new. But we can go directly to Partyline. This is the layout of Partyline. On Partyline, we can create as much Partylines as we need. Each Partyline is independent. What we have here is we have multiple persons going on live on the same call. Each one of them, you have interactions between them. They have automatic mix minus, so there is no echo on the call. And they have also the program view that we send it. This program, it can be from producer, or we can use a video feedback from a receiver. Okay. How we introduce people, we have this ID, we make the copy and we send a URL or a code that they can get in on the Partyline. To get in the Partyline, you can use TVU Anywhere, or you can use a Chrome browser, or TVU Anywhere for macOS. Okay. When we have all the calls here, it's like a green room. We can set up, we can send the people to the live, either to the producer or to the one receiver. But meanwhile, they have all interaction there. Also, we have the possibility to have people live in a PC. This is done for production purpose. For example, we have here Uriol, me, or Casey in live with TVU Anywhere, but Doris is live in a Chrome. Doris can interact with all the participants on the call, but he will not get in live or on the receiver, on the producer. But they can listen her and they can speak with her, and she has the control to speak with each one of them or listen one of them separated. But and in any case, because this is an independent layer, we have interaction on live, and you will not hear her in live in any moment. So, and this is the management view, and then we have the view from the TVU Anywhere. If Uriol can show us.
Arkady, I need that you stop sharing the screen. Okay. Yes, I will share the screen of my phone. Just a moment that I will try to share the screen. So you will see what you see as a user. The idea is that the user can see all the screens, and I'm preparing to duplicate. Sometimes this is not as easy as it seems to be, because Zoom is not, sometimes it's not an easy tool. The idea is that the user on the application would see on a big screen the program, and in the other screens he can see all the people that are attending to the party line. Also, the user would listen to everyone and will have a tally to know if he is live or not. Okay. Sorry, my phone doesn't allow me to share my screen, but if you see, and I will do it the old way. This is the screen of the phone. Here in the big screen, you see the program output. In that case, Arkady has set up a quad view of all the users. And here I see my user and the rest of the participants. As I'm live, here you have the tally that it explains that I am live on the connection. The good thing on that is that my interaction with the rest of the people is with no delay. It's the same delay that you would have in all the on all these kind of platforms. Okay, it's the same delay that you have here in Zoom, for example, less than 100 milliseconds. And you can produce the rest of the things in Producer, as Arkady showed us before. Okay, that's what we have added is the layer of interaction on our producer and TVU Anywhere applications. And that's all on my side.
Okay, so Arkady, if you want to share your screen and show how you send like participant to the Producer Cloud platform so that people get the whole loop, and then we will close that live demo with questions. So I can see that there are already like many questions. So people, if you have any more questions, just feel free to like use the Q&A, okay? Arkady is going to continue the demo in the meantime. Arkady, you're in mute.
Sorry, here in the management side from Partyline, we just select the input, and here we have our producer login. Then we can select the slot 1 to slot 4 for the 4 live feeds that we can manage in Producer. Or here we have the receivers. So I can, for example, I can take this source and send it to a receiver. We start live, and he's in a live receiver. That means that in Partyline you have maybe 3-5 350 milliseconds delay between all the conversations that we have between all the people that is in the conversation with the mix minus. So you have a live interaction with all the participants, but on the receiver, you have the full quality feed with 1 or 2 seconds that can be, everything is synchronized. So we have multiple receivers. We synchronize all the feeds from the receiver, so no one is going with more or less delay than the other one. And we have full quality on audio and video. Meanwhile, on Partyline, you have the low latency mix minus conversation with all the people. So you have the possibilities of the conference call with all the easy interaction, no delay, but not broadcast quality. But in the other way, you can have all these feeds in a full quality in Producer or in the SDI outputs of your receivers. You can have as much feeds than receivers that you have. I suppose, and this is the nice thing about Partyline. This real-time independent layer. It's the way to have both the best things from both worlds, from conference calls and point-to-point communications in one single tool.
Okay, thank you, Arkady. So let me reshare my screen now so that you see. So in short, if I have to summarize very briefly, and then like again, if you have more questions on the solution, as you can see, it's pretty easy in the end. So I mean, we cannot talk about it for 2 hours. It's easy to share. Like you can just share an URL, like you would share a URL for a Zoom conference or any other kind of conference system. It's a real-time, really interaction between participants, and also including the mix minus delivered on program output back to the remote talent, so you don't have any echo issues. So we're going now to go with the questions. What I want to say also, like before starting answering the question, is that TVU Partyline is available as a free trial. Also, what I want to say is that this platform has been developed, so we have also a solution for fan engagement and participation that a lot of you probably know already, but that is not fully cloud-based using TVU receiver, etc. But in the last 4 months, our engineering team, due to what happened in the world, has been really working a lot on that cloud solution. And we are bringing in even more features every week. Like for those who have been following our webinars in the last 2 weeks, I mean, you can see how fast our different cloud platforms are evolving to meet your demand, okay? So what I want to say is that if you want to use that platform, you can try it for free. You just like will receive a link after the webinar to just join the platform for free. Or you can go through our website. We'll send you the link as well, and you can use it for free, okay? So now we're going to answer the questions that have been asked in the Q&A. So I'm going to start in order, and for the other, if you have more questions, don't hesitate, okay? The first question is, can we have like 1,000 people join the session and an administrator bring in any of them into the program feed? So Oriol, Arkady.
Yes, I will answer. Yes, you can receive as many people as you want. They will join all the production tool, and then you can bring any of them to live. Of course, if there are thousands of participants, that will be more difficult to manage than if you have few people. The other thing, you could have as many administrators as you want. So in the same room, you would have 2, 3, 4 administrators. The other way to do it is to creating more rooms, chat rooms. So you can create smaller groups with just one administrator, and from them manage all.
Thank you. So is there, so that's a bit the same question again, but is there a limit in the number of participants on Partyline side? That's another.
it's virtually no limit.
Okay. So
you can adjust the system as much participants you need to on Partyline. Another thing is participants that you want in live in SDI or producer. That is the limitation that number of receivers or number or the producer that in the case it's for live feeds on the moment. But Partyline, it can be unlimitless.
So yeah, that's a good point mentioned by Arkady. And again, so today on Producer, you can like choose out of thousands of participants in your Partyline, I would say, interface, and bring them 4 at the same time live, and you can easily switch in 1 second and switch different participants, and you could use the quad view that we presented you to have 4 participants at the same time. As Producer is evolving, also we are planning to add more participants live at the same time in the near future. Okay. And another solution also in parallel is to send, like Arkady showed you, the participants that are in Partyline to a physical receiver, in which case you could have an unlimited number of participants depending on your number of receivers. So Danny, if there's no limit of number of participants, how do you manage huge number of participants? So I think Oriol explained it already by saying, like, I mean, like we recommend to create different groups, smaller group, with more admin within each group so that it becomes easier to manage, because we know that especially when you manage like people that have like fans, etc., that have less experience and you want to control the quality, I mean, it's better maybe to have more control in smaller room, again, like it was shown before.
If you want, Johnny, I can show it in.
Yeah, you can share your screen. Yeah, so Arkady is going to share his screen.
As you see here is one party line, but to create another party line is that easy to come here and push the button for start another party line. So we create another one. We can, and to change from one party line to another one is that easy to just click on one side or click the other side. And then you can delete, or this is the copy for the link that you need to send to your participants to join the party line. So you have to manage the rooms. It's very easy. Also, it can be used, for example, to have a green room, a virtual green room, because production, you have the administrator of the site that is my view right now, but you can have a production team participating in the same party line from the computer and talk with the people that is inside this room. And then do all the preparation for the live and everything from another computer. And this administration side, it's just easy to manage all the calls.
Thank you, Arkady. Leave your screen on share like this. If we have more questions related to the interface, you can show more. Jerry, do you support other local sources for party lines than cam, mic, like virtual webcam sources?
For the moment, not, and we are working on the option to share the screen.
Okay, thank you. Is it possible within Producer to talk to guests during the live?
Yes, in Producer you have the option to use the intercom, and with the intercom you can talk with the people or with the guest that is using TVU Anywhere.
Okay. Peter, for information, I mean, we've done many presentations on Producer in the last 2 months, and that's also for everyone on that call. So if you want to see like live demo of Producer, we can do a one-on-one. Just send us an email and we can set that up in the coming days very quickly and explain you like how to use Producer. Can you share PowerPoint presentation via Partyline? Can you share files via Partyline as well?
It will come in the next releases. For the moment, not.
Okay. So it like yeah. So
one thing, taking consideration. Sorry, Yanni. Taking consideration that this is a tool that we are developing and continually upgrading. So there will come a lot of new features in the next future.
Thank you. Can you open or close the mic of any participant?
Not now.
Okay. So not for the moment. Again, and we are talking everybody within the party line, huh? But like within producer, of course, you can manage what participant you want. Is it possible to use a custom graphic grid for all attending viewing?
I think that Stefano, you are talking in producer. As Arkady said, in producer, you could have up to 4 live feeds at the same time. So you could have 1, 2, 3, or 4 cameras layout, and for each of the camera, for each of the layout, you can change the background.
Okay. Okay, Zoom has a limit of 500 people. Could this be used for pure video conferencing, but for 1,000 of users? How would the layout work?
It will be a scroll.
So it will be a scrolling of the list of attendees that are in the party line. Okay.
Yeah.
Does TVU Producer and Partyline work on the latest macOS?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Again, I mean, like Martin, for example, if you're curious, I mean, so you said yes, but like feel free after the call to just like log into Partyline and Producer and use it on whatever device you have and test it with your team. Again, there is a free period right now that we are offering, so you can try it as much as you want. Okay, how many hours of free trials are available? So what we give as a starting point is 20 hours of free trial. Okay, which is like normally more than enough to like try it, run a few live program, and then based on demand, we can always increase the number of hours if required. Do you support other broadcast outputs from producers and SDI? The point is to use the producer output in the production studio. Skype supports NDI, for example.
Yeah, we can support NDI, we can support SDI, we can support 2110, and other IT formats like RTMP, RTMPS, HLS, SRT. I think with all, we cover almost all the possible formats in the market.
Okay, so Jerry, you have your answer. A lot of systems are there in the market. What is the difference between your system and the others? Okay, I mean, like system like vMix, for example, we had that question as well.
The key point is that we are mixing in the same application the wall of parties communications like Zoom, BlueJeans, or other platforms, and the broadcast tools to send video from phones to receivers. So we are mixing both of them walls in one unit. So you would have the ability to talk with everybody and then pick the signal and send it to a broadcast receiver. This is the only tool that can do this in the market.
Does producer have a hard limit on how many people can be brought into the system, even though the participants are 10, for example?
As Arkady said before, producer has a limit of 4 people at the same time. And that means that you only could have 4 simultaneously, but these 4 you can be changing during the time. So you can add as many as you want, but only 4 at the same time.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you see the screen, for example, I can stop this feed and select this one and set it up in the slot 4, and it goes live as the moment that we start. You see it goes black, and now we have a new participant in producer.
Okay, yeah, like on. Perfect. Yeah, like the top is the live program as a reminder. So you can see that now we have selected one participant. Here. Okay. Thank you, Arkady. Can we monitor their audio separately?
Not now, but it's a good idea to add to the list. Thank you. Thank you, Irth.
But if it's dependent on the workflow. If you send it or you have this feed on SDI output, then you have your video and audio. You can You can monitorize and adjust the audios on your mixer, in your audio mixer. And in Producer, you have the possibility to have the audio mixer here, and you can adjust the levels on each from each channel that you have input, but not in the party line as a party line.
Okay. Would you consider party line for virtual core, bearing in mind the delay, like virtual concert kind of?
Well, I think not, but I think not Partyline, neither any other online platform, because the delay between the users is okay to talk, but I think it's not to sing. You have to go to a completely zero delay, and any online system can be set to zero, I think. But we can test it if you want.
So yeah, Guerrero, if you want to try it again, I mean, we'll be happy to support you during a demo. Personally, I mean, having done like some video, like with the music composition, I mean, what we do most of the time is indeed we did recorded video to have a perfect sync between everyone. Do you have use cases for education? So Mark, Partyline has been launched like 2 weeks ago. So, I mean, I know that we have many people using it, and if you want, we can look for people in the education using it, and we can share with you at the end of the call. But honestly, we haven't had the time to follow up with the people. I mean, we are talking about thousands of people that have been registering in the last 2 weeks. So we will come back to you individually. Can you send any participant in Partyline to producer or a TVU receiver to get an SDI feed? Is that correct? Yes, it's correct. Is there a way of identifying the names of the participants?
This is a thing that will come in the next release this week or next week.
Okay, so Martin, that's something that will come again. Again, the platform, every week there is a release with new features, and all these things, either like it's new and we don't have it in the pipeline, or if not, I mean, it's already in the pipeline and currently being developed. Is it fixed for 4 windows? What happens if I want only 3? So today on Producer, you have the capacity to manage like dual view or quad view. So like that would be like 2 participants or 4 participants. I mean, or after you can have 3 and I guess a black window, or you're like, feel free to correct me, or an empty window. But so that's how it is today.
We'll have the 3 windows very soon, because this is a common question of all the customers.
Okay, so what is the difference between Producer and Producer Pro for Partyline? So there are no difference. So, I mean, like Producer is the same tool. I mean, then so if there is one version of Producer, and then we work with different format, I would say, in terms of like depending on what you want to use, or many output you want, etc. So that's like different, I would say, version of Producer once you subscribe to a paying account. But I mean, it's a one single version of Producer. Okay. What's the advantage of TVU system over vMix? Why should we change the system? If you already answered the question, sorry. So, I mean, like Oriol has already a bit answered the question. I mean, one thing also that I would say, because I've been discussing with customers that use vMix, and I've seen also a live event no later than last week using vMix. And I would say in terms of ease of use and user friendliness and easy to set up, like vMix is not also to the level of Partyline. I mean, you can see how easy it is to join Partyline, to interact with participants in the back end. So, I mean, like that's also one other advantage in addition to what Oriol explained before. Again, like Piotr, if you want to try Partyline and like make it a test by yourself, you will see. Okay, we will send you all the documentation. What will be the limitation for the, sorry, I was reading a question and then another one popped out. What will be the limitation for the Partyline to receive, in other words, what third-party sources? Okay, that's not very clear. What will be the limitation for Partyline to receive? In other words, what third-party sources can Partyline what third-party sources can Partyline accept as a feed? Oriol.
Ibrahim, as we said before, for the moment, it's only webcams. It's to share our screen. The next release will be to share, sorry, to send the video from the webcam. And in the next release, we will add also the possibility to share the screen.
So yeah, so today, I mean, we can see like people from their computer, like you see Doris here, she's like from her computer, from your smartphone, but then in the future, you will be able to share your screen as well. We are an independent support. Okay, I have a very long question. I'm sorry. So, I want to say this on ad hoc says yes. So there is a question that will be coming. Okay, I mean, Mark, your question is pretty long. So, I mean, I propose that Oriol, I mean, either you want to answer now or you want to answer in private. I mean, it's long and pretty specific to your project. Oriol?
The idea here is that, Mark, you can use this platform also to what you are asking in the question. The enterprise version, at the end, the application is the application on the phone is TVU Anywhere. This application is widely used to do reporters connections from the field. It has been used for many customers in all the world. So the quality is the same. So we can say that this is in the enterprise. Partyline, it adds the possibility to have a chat room and to talk all together. But I think this is not a part that you perhaps is your need. We can find other solutions inside the TVU ecosystem to put in to use for your user case. Sorry, and well, we can talk later about that and deeper how we can offer you the solutions.
Thank you, Oriol. Okay, so I think I went through all the questions, like 30-something questions. I don't know if you have other questions. If not, I mean, I'm already thankful for all of you joining and for Doris, Arkady, and Oriol making the presentation. For sure, again, the solution, I'm going to reshare my screen to provide you with the link. But I mean, like it's the link to the website, but like our solution is available for trial directly on our TVU website. You can go on the producer page and just like click on the free trial, and you will be asked to just put your ID, like logging, your username, etc. And then you can try it by yourself. You can try Partyline together with our cloud platform producer. Okay, it's as easy as that. If you have any question or projects or want to try separately something very specific, or you have like need for a very urgent feature, just let us know and we will be happy to help you one-on-one. Okay?